The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Adrian College Television would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee in Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome inside the Arrington Ice Arena for tonight's ACHA Division III ice hockey matchup between the Bulldogs of Adrian College and the Spartans of Michigan State University. I'm Calvin Keys. Joining me today on color commentary as well as directing the game is Cam Overmeyer. Excited for this one. Both of these squads are 0-4 in MCHC play. So one of these teams is going to be able to capture their first MCHC victory of the season tonight. We'll see who it is. Well, we're going to take a chance to look through our starting lineups for tonight's game and take a look at some players to look out for. If you want to pull that up for us, Cam. First, we're going to look at the starting lineup for the Michigan State Spartans. You look at our starting lineup. Cam, you want to run us through it?
Yep. Starting at 4, number 9, Jack Ciaci, leading points scorer for the Spartans here. Also has 5 goals on the year. Then we have number 3, Kenny Curtis, and number 26, Jack. You're going to have to help me with that one.
Then we have Dylan Holman, Michael Marsalo, and Ryan Smith. We're going to step aside for a moment as we play our national anthem and be back with hockey action. Thank you.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Welcome back to the Arrington Ice Arena. As I said, I'm Calvin Keys, joined by Cam Overmeyer. We got a chance to look at the starting lineups for the Michigan State Spartans. Jack Ciaci, their points leader with 7 and goals leader with 5. Now we're looking at the starting lineups for the Adrian Bulldogs. Luke Miklos in net, Maximus Norwood, and Dominic Somerville on D. And then the forward line is Evan Bliss, Ryan Pino, and Antonio Briggs-Blake. 2 players to look out for is that dynamic duo of number 7 Bliss and number 20 Pino. If we take a look, Pino leads the team in points with 19, Bliss second with 17. Bliss and Pino both tied for the team goals lead with 10 apiece. So keep an eye on those two as we get set for the action here. Puck drop right now. Spartans moving right to left on your screen in the dark green. Bulldogs moving left to right in the gray. Evan Bliss is the center for this line, but Dominic Briggs-Blake typically takes the face-off draws. Briggs-Blake has a lot of strength on those face-offs, as head coach Justin Snyder said, so that's why he has those roles. As the Spartans slide it across, and they score. Right off the hop, Kenny Curtis, putting it in the wide-open net. A beautiful play. Let's take a look at the instant replay. Spartans spin it off the wall. Skating ahead with it was Jack Ciaci. We talked about him in the pregame. Ciaci slid it across, and a wide open net for Kenny Curtis. to fire it home. And just like that, a 1-0 lead for the Spartans. Just 12 seconds into the hockey game, Michigan State has already taken the lead.
Now, Kelvin, I was going to say something earlier when we were talking with the Michigan State lineups. If you look at this roster for this Michigan State team, it is composed of all freshmen and sophomores. There are no upperclassmen that are on this state team, but here to show early here in just under the first minute, there's a lot of talent on this Michigan State team here.
A lot of youthful energy and talent, as you said, Cam, on this Spartan squad. It's being battled for just inside the Michigan State blue line. Now it's slid across by Dylan Holman. Then he'll get it back and then looks forward where Curtis Kenny could be in here. Slides it over. Another chance, and Luke Miklos just able to get the right pad on the shot from Logan McGivern. Another chance. That one went over the goal. Kenny Curtis playing exceptional so far. A goal and nearly had an assist on that play. Here's another opportunity. CSC shot is saved by Miklos. Here's a big hit laid on the near wall by Garrett Carroll. Puck cleared out deep into the Spartan zone.
Now both teams here tonight are looking for their first MCHC East Division win. Or no, they're both looking for their respectable division wins. They're East and West.
Yeah, you said it. Adrian College playing in the MCHC East Division. Michigan State competing in the MCHC West Division. They're both 0-4 in their conference. Bulldogs are 5-7 overall. Spartans are 2-11-1 overall. So both teams desperate for a win here as we approach winter break. This is the Bulldogs' second to last game of 2022. Final home game. They turn it over. But it is recaptured here by Thomas Anderson. Lifts it up to the far side for Henry Darnell to chase. Michael Kale is plastered to the end boards by Darnell. Behind the goal with it, Trevor Benoit. Benoit slides it out to the captain, Pino. Winding and firing is Thomas. It's found by Darnell. Battling for the puck. He's hit hard into the boards. Pino saucered back. Here's Thomas. Played out by the Spartans. Knocked onwards, and here's Joe Fracassi. Fracassi weaving in. Follow-up chance. Playing it behind his back was Alec Evans. No one there to receive the feed. Centering pass is knocked aside. Stooping down to keep it in, Andre Dzurinsky. Evan Bliss moving up the near boards. Can't quite get it out. It's backhanded along by Anderson. Briggs Blake racing after it. But Dzurinsky will get there first, and it is icing against the Adrian College Bulldogs.
Adrian Faithful did not like that call by the Stripes.
That was
moans and groans there from the crowd when that hand went up.
That was definitely the right call, though, because Dzurinsky had a half step on Briggs Blake. Got to the hash marks first, and the draw comes back in the Adrian zone. Briggs Blake winning it back. He's really, really good on those faceoffs. Pino and Bliss off to the races. Still Pino trying to work by Evans, who cut him off well. Newash across for Rowe. Now angled in by Karskadden. Somerville circles behind his goaltender Miklos. Good move by Dominic Somerville at his own blue line. Now he'll weave forwards, fires a shot. That one well wide, may have deflected off the stick of the defenseman. Now stepping up to deliver a hit is Anderson. Able to skirt by is Karskadden. Couldn't get a clean shot off. That time Brining was trying to connect with Norwood. Pass missed. It goes all the way down, and another icing against the Bulldogs. In prior games this season, we have seen the Bulldogs ice the puck a great deal. So it's really important that they connect on their passes and move cohesively out of their own end.
Yeah, it'll help because then they limit the faceoffs in their own zone, and they don't have to worry about the puck already being down there. They got to give the opposing team a little fight to get on their side on the opposite side of the blue line there.
Spartans controlling in the Bulldog zone. Michigan State trying to move it up to the point. Board battle ensuing on the near wall. It's dug free by Holman. Tied for the points lead on this Michigan State team. Big hit is laid by Brining on Alagna. Still Michigan State controls the play. Trying to work it up the far wall. Another big hit laid by Brining. Finally, Adrian clears, but it looks as if this could be another icing call. It is played by their goaltender. Ryan Smith getting the start between the pipes tonight. So far, he has not faced a shot over 4 minutes into the game. Shaky play made there, but able to usher it forwards was Will Smith. Now it's dropped off. Trying to find it was Carroll, turned it over. Can be kept in here by Tanner. Rims it around the wall. Benoit can't control it. Squirts out across the ice. Found by Grant Brennan. Returns it back to his defenseman, Ben Alagna. Stretch feed cut off by Tanner. Bulldogs have to tag up. Here's Van Ittersum, evading the pressure of Benoit. Van Ittersum dropped it off for CSE, but they went offside on the play. So with 15:10 left in the first period, we get our first stoppage. Michigan State leading 1-0. The only goal of this game so far came 12 seconds in. Kenny Curtis assisted by Jack CSE. Another offsides call against the Spartans. We get another stoppage. Well, in Adrian's last action, they were swept by Central Michigan by scores of 4-0 on the road and 5-3 at home. Bulldogs tried to come back from a 4-1 deficit here at the Arrington, but fell just short of tying things up against the Chippewas. Evan Bliss led the Bulldogs on the weekend with a goal and an assist. Brandon Heiser got the start on Friday, making 48 saves on 52 shots. And then Miklos, who we see in net today, started on Sunday, saving 30 of the 34 shots he faced. So there's been a bit of a goaltending battle so far this season for Adrian as Miklos gloves the long shot from Michael Kale. But it seems as if Miklos may be solidifying himself between the pipes. Obviously, there's solid options, Brandon Heiser, Rex Goldberg, and, of course, Luke Miklos. But Miklos has gotten more starts as of late.
Now, Kelvin, when you've been calling these D3 games here quite a bit.
Centered for Bliss, trying to bank it forward for Pino. Continue on with what you were saying.
When you're seeing the constant changes in goalie, are you seeing that's a problem for the team? Or are you thinking that's a good thing, just trying to figure out who they want in between the pipes?
I think having to choose between several good goaltenders is definitely a great problem to have, but at the same time, it really calms your defensive core down and your entire team down when you have a steady presence back there in net. So that's what Adrian's really been trying to find throughout the season. It slid backwards to the point. Long shot coming in from D. Zarinsky, well wide. Followed up by Marsalo. Has it stolen away, and here's Ryan Pino, the man wearing a C on his sweater. Number 20, trying to move by Pino on the backhand, and a big save made by Ryan Smith. Smith, the native of West Bloomfield, Michigan, in the Detroit area. 13:55 left to go in the first period. Again, Michigan State leading 1-0. Kenny Curtis getting the Spartans on the board just 12 seconds into the hockey game. It was incredible. I think Adrian moved the puck slightly into the Michigan State zone. Spartans stole it, banked it ahead, and then immediately scored.
Had a nice little crosser right there in front of the net. Catch the goalie and the butterfly on the opposite side of the net.
I think it left the entire home crowd and the Adrian bench stunned, including myself. Briney trying to dig away at it. This is lofted up by the Spartans. Could be knocked down momentarily by Fracassi. Bulldogs will play it back in deep where it's handled by Marsalo behind the goal. He will skip away from Brining. Marsalo over for Evans. Here's Alec Evans, lost the puck. He's followed up by McGivern. Big save made by Miklos. And then it looked as if Marsalo took a cross check in the back from Briney. Physical play is good, but don't want to take penalties against a talented Michigan State lineup. Good shot block there from Somerville, the defenseman pressuring the point, and Brining able to knock it out to the neutral zone. Quick up for Alec Evans. Spartans saw the Bulldogs changing, tried to build a quick attack. Lofted back forward, Darnell just able to whack it out. Got some help from Benoit. Here's Garrett Carroll trying to thread a pass through. Carroll is tied up with a Spartan, getting into it with Dylan Holman as it's carried back on by Matt Rowe. Rowe pasted into the boards near the Bulldog bench. Long feed broken up. Taken back by the Spartans, who have controlled most of the puck play early on. This one banks behind the goal. Taken by Tanner. Up for Darnell, but not out. And now it's swallowed up by Miklos on the long bid coming in from Ben Alagna, the Chicago native.
Now I gotta say, Kelvin, is Here early in this game, both Adrian and Michigan State, this game is getting very physical very quick.
I think both of these coaches preach that physicality. Obviously, Adrian's head coach is Justin Snyder. Michigan State's head coach is Don Headley. Got a chance to talk to both coaches pregame. They're excited for this matchup. Obviously, both of these squads have struggled a little bit here so far in the season, but I think it should be a pretty evenly matched game, judging from their respective records. Bliss able to move it in. Look at that blazing speed from Bliss. Holman reverses the play. Finds Rowe. Could not be kept in by Thomas. Just bounced over his stick. Getting bullied by Karskadden. Anderson will go back for it. Played behind the goal line by the Spartans. Big hit from Thomas. It squirts out to the point. Kale playing it over for Asimakis. Puck may have been loose. The whistle went. And Thomas trying to clear out the crease. Getting into it with Karskadden. Karskadden and Thomas, we saw them engaged in that board battle on the far wall earlier on in the shift.
They were getting down in front of that goalie. Had a nice little net battle going right in front of the goalie. Surprised that
That's what you want to see from your defenseman, Evan Thomas, though. Karskadden poking in at Miklos after the whistle. Have to protect your goaltender always. Number one unwritten rule of hockey is you don't touch the goalie after the whistle. Sent out front. What a feed and what a save by Miklos, stretching out the left pad to rob Josh Smith. I believe the pass was from Van Ittersum. It was a spinorama feed, and Van Ittersum is going to lay a cold shoulder on Matthew Baruki that time. Hard hit on the near boards. Most of this game has been played in Adrian's end. Michigan State dominating at the moment. There's a loose puck, and that was cleared away just in the nick of time by Zach Major. Fed rink wide. Here's Kale. Long shot that sailed away from the goal of Miklos. Bulldogs need to clear. Tired bodies on the ice for them. Somerville gave a hefty cross-check in the back of Van Ittersum. There's another save from Miklos. 11 saves on 12 shots already, and we're not even halfway through the hockey game. Puck goes down. It is icing as Michael Kale almost knocked the puck into his own net as he went back for the touch up for icing, having a word with his goaltender there, giving him a hard time, as he should. Don't want to knock that in your own net. A little bit of friendly fire almost on Ryan Smith.
That's a way to get yelled at in the locker room.
Shots are 12-1 for Michigan State right now. Calvin Keys, Cam Overmeyer with you on Adrian College TV. Forrest Vernier is running the camera for us. All of us Adrian College students bringing you the action. Glad you've joined us. ACHA Division III ice hockey. This is lofted down again. Should be another icing. 5 or 6 of those already. Bronny knocks it away. Interesting encounter with Andre Dzorinsky. Again, it'll come back in the Adrian zone. Michigan State looking good, moving the puck right now. Controlling possession. Don Headley has to be pleased. Draw one back. Major trying to usher it out, had his stick slashed out of his hands. But now it's taken by Somerville. Has Carroll with him. Here's Dominic Somerville, long shot. That was way over the net of Ryan Smith. Rattled the plexiglass behind the goal.
I don't know.
Benoit following it up. It's over for Carroll. They score. Garrett Carroll ties it up 1-1. Just what the Bulldogs needed. It was only their second shot of the game, but they go to work in the offensive zone. Trying to play it off the wall was Marsalo. That was picked off. Puck finds its way to Carroll. Great assist by Henry Darnell. Good awareness to slide it over to Garrett Carroll, who slides it. I believe that was 5-hole on Ryan Smith. Shots are 12-2 in favor of Sparty, but the score is all tied up at 1 apiece. 9:55 left to go in the first period as we see another icing for Michigan State. The story so far has been, or not icing, offsides. Story so far has been offsides for Michigan State and icing for Adrian College. Lots of those for both teams. This draws one back by Benoit. Tanner, his feed cut off dangerously. Fracassi nearly had a chance one-on-one with Luke Miklos. Bulldogs trying to usher it out. They've struggled on the breakout all year. Tanner trying to play it outside his own blue line. That was poked by Devin Bennett and then shot right back in by Holman. Fracassi. Slid backward for Alagna. McGivern knocked over behind the goal. Bennett racing after it, trying to clear. Sent back out front. Tanner up for Bennett. Has Briggs Blake in behind if he can find him. Instead, Bennett will get on his horse. Trying to drive wide. Devin Bennett, backhand chance. Left pad save, Ryan Smith. Now it's stolen by Bliss. Evan Bliss trying to pressure the puck as Alagna will bank this over to his D partner Holman. Dylan Holman, pretty impressive stats. Tied for the team lead in points with Jack Ciasi as a defenseman with 7. Thomas moving in to try and cut off Evans again. Another Spartan offside.
You know, if they put you in the box for offsides and icing, I think both teams would be out of players.
I don't think we'd see much 5-on-5 if that were the case in this game. Adrian can't seem to break the puck out. Spartans can't seem to get a zone entry. That's just how it's going right now. Plenty of game left for them to figure it out. 8:45 to go in the first period. Thomas plays up for Briggs Blake. Thomas trying to get it out. Slid over by Briggs Blake. He will find Anderson. Thomas going behind the goal for Bliss. Bliss trying to move away from pressure. Instead, he turned it over. Thomas. Briggs Blake. Again sent over for Thomas Anderson. Bliss couldn't quite reach it. Lifted back in by Kale. Puck collides with Miklos. Anderson pass skipped over the stick of Briggs Blake. It's on edge right now. Icing is waved. Kale will go back for it. Over for Asimakis. Imagine there's a heavy Greek presence on this Spartan team, as ironic as that may sound, being that Sparta was a town in Greece, but a lot of Greek-sounding names on this Spartan team, funny enough. It's dealt backwards. Anderson will go grab it. Unable to hold the blue line was Nick Asimakis. Matt Baruki pressuring in on Michael Kale. Major joining the cause. Brining and Major double-teamed Kale, shoving him into the Adrian bench. A little bit of a rub out there, sending a message. Newash. Bounced over for Kale. High saucer is over the tape of Newash. Now bumped aside by Darnell. Oh, Darnell spins off a check. Wasn't able to hold on to the puck, but a little bit of a pirouette there from Henry Darnell. Taken away by Major.
It's in the snow.
Big hit by Darnell. Trying to kick it to his skate, or his stick rather. Instead it is taken away by Josh Smith. Wonder if he's related to Ryan, the goaltender. Smith missed the net with the shot. Marsalo, good hustle to keep it inside the Adrian blue line. Behind the net, spun in front. Brennan was looking for Smith that time. Adrian clears. They call icing. Giezerinsky was trying to delay as much as possible as he went back for that one. He was basically gliding down ice, but referee gives it to him, so I guess the strategy worked out for him. 6:34 left in the first period. We've got goals from Kenny Curtis for the Spartans, and for the Bulldogs, it was Garrett Carroll getting on the board. This one tipped in front. Miklos able to stay in front, rebound chance. Dangerous opportunity for Van Ittersum, but he missed the goal. Puck may have been caroming around on him. That was a good tip in front. I think that was Josh Smith who got the redirect, but Miklos was almost fooled. Just able to get his chest on it. Marsalo plays down low. Norwood bumped into by Asimakis. Benoit carrying through the neutral zone. Delayed penalty against Michigan State. What happened behind the play there?
That I have no idea. Figure it out here.
Jax Van Ittersum up in arms. He's called for slashing. Still engaged in a scholarly debate with the referee, but they're not going to change their mind. Bulldogs go to a 2-minute power play. Big chance here for Adrian. I think that slashing call against Van Ittersum transpired behind the play. Wasn't able to get a good look at what happened. Nonetheless, Bulldogs go to the power play. Pretty good power play unit they've got going here. Antonio Briggs-Blake, Ryan Pino, Evan Bliss, Henry Darnell, and Brian Tanner. Bliss will grab it to the point. Darnell walking in. Left it for Briggs-Blake. Winding, hit his own teammate. Some friendly fire. Look out. That can't feel good. Darnell in a bit of discomfort after that went off the back of his skate. Tanner looking for Darnell on the back door. Strike one. Briggs-Blake for Bliss. Walking in, he's pressured. Slick move to get away from CSC. Send it out in front. Pino, another chance. Ryan Smith, a pair of saves.
That centering pass probably wouldn't have counted anyway. You got guy up front in front of the goal and kicked it off the skate.
Briggs-Blake in front. Another right pad save made by Smith. And Jack CSC will clear it down ice almost halfway through the Bulldog power play. They'll send the second unit out. Good chances generated. The best perhaps coming from Darnell, who just wasn't able to get behind that feed. Here's Major. Moving in, that should be offside as Baruki was unable to hold up. We'll see a neutral zone draw. The second unit consisting of Baruki, Major, Benoit, Somerville, and Briney. Knocked in by Baruki. Spartans lift it back down. That eye-hand coordination by Somerville was remarkable. Puck was moving at full speed. He batted it right out of the air. No high stick call either.
I was going to say, shouldn't that technically been a high stick?
Has to be above the shoulder, so it was certainly close. I think he could have gone either way with that one. Baruki. Benoit deals it down low to chase it. He gets there. Tried to find Brining, but it ramped off the stick of Asimakis and into the protective netting.
25 seconds left for the Dogs. Try and find the back of the net here on the power play on the man advantage.
The first power play unit will head back out there. 4:24 left in the first period. ACHA Division III men's hockey. Adrian Bulldogs versus Michigan State Spartans. Spartans get the faceoff win off the draw. Miklos out of his goal. He's going to be pressured here. Lifts this one up, bounced over the stick of Bliss. Tanner back with it. He's pressured in deep by Van Ittersum.
Nice.
Tanner able to get by him. Bulldogs need to get moving here. Their power play's about to expire. Now it's Bliss. Turning on the afterburners. It's Evan Bliss. Puts on the brakes. He's pinned into the boards. Taken away by Van Ittersum. Marsalo trying to get it out. It's banked right back in by Tanner. Adrian tags up. Asimakis. CSC. High chip shot. Fielding that one like a ground ball was Will Smith.
He should take up baseball after the season's over.
Yeah, club baseball team maybe having spring tryouts here on the other side of Christmas break. Tanner stepping up. Gives a bit of a high shove to a Spartan player. Briggs-Blake finding it for Pino. Pino and Bliss, 2-on-2. Reverse pass for Briggs-Blake. Walking in. Evan Bliss, he had an open net and he decided to pass. Big mistake there from Bliss. Not able to find pay dirt. All he had to do was literally tap it in, but I think he had already made up his mind that he was going to slide it back over for his teammate Pino.
Want to share the wealth.
But unfortunately, when you're that close, because since he slid it back across, it hit Ryan Smith's pad and went away. Should have just tapped it in, had plenty of net. But split-second decision, not an easy one to make. 2:53 left in the first period. We stay tied. Michigan State leading 15-7. Bulldogs got a bit of momentum going in the early stages of that power play, but still, we remain level. This one chipped up ahead. Norwood. Angled out by Brining. Long shot. Miklos tried to glove. Went right through. Might have a hole in that thing. Hopefully not, for if you're an Adrian fan. Anderson couldn't get it out. Long shot. Rebound chance sent over the goal by Karskadin. And then another high shot. Puck was bouncing on him. Winding and firing here was Holman. Missed the goal. Spartans play it around, looking to reestablish their forecheck. That looked really, really good in the early stages of this period. 2:15 left in it. Holman Across, long shot. That was deflected in front off the initial attempt from Kale. Now Major looking to clear. Kept in by the skate of Kale. Major staying with it, flipped it up to himself, trying to knock it by. 3v1, not good odds for Major, and the Spartans able to hold him at bay. Here's Kale, puts on the brakes, dropped off for Karskadin. Miklos got a piece, I believe. Back up for Karskadin, between the legs move, went off the side of the goal by the looks of it. Still Michigan State pressures, they move in. Miklos, big blocker safe on Josh Smith. He goes out of play. $1:31 left in the first period. Calvin Keys with Cam Overmeyer here on ACTV for men's ACHA D3 ice hockey. These two teams will play again tomorrow at Munn Ice Arena in East Lansing at 1 p.m. That's where the NCAA D1 Michigan State Spartans play. Pretty cool barn. Van Ittersum has it now. Turning forward, shoots. That went off the edge of the right pad of Miklos. Pino trying to get it out. Digging away. CSC goes to the ice. Thomas getting into it with Van Ittersum. Now Bliss with some speed. Entering the final minute of play. Drop for Pino. Oh! Whistled that one by the right iron.
That was an amazing pass set up there by Bliss. Between the legs, finds the guy behind him and just couldn't connect.
Marsalo up for CSC. Dropped it off. Van Ittersum goes top shelf. 2-1 Michigan State. Spartans take the lead. Great chances both ways. Pino missed the net on one end of the ice. Briggs Blake turned it over, and from there it was off to the races. CSC again, the provider, setting up Jax Van Ittersum. 2 assists for CSC in this game. Puts them at 9 points on the season, and the Spartans up 2-1. Shots are about 2-1 in favor of Michigan State, 18-7. We're in the final minute of play of the first period here at Arrington Ice Arena. Fracassi, couple of nice moves on Smith, heads to the near corner. Returns to the point. Asimakis blew a tire. Fracassi able to keep it in. Tanner back for it, final 30 seconds of play. Briney looking to move it out, couldn't. Played across, good chance here. McGivern turns on a dime for Evans. Only found Austin Briney, maybe one last chance. Briney gains the red line, shoots it in. Bulldogs head off for a change. Major pressuring in on Asimakis. Good play by the Spartan defenseman to return it back for Michael Marsalo. Still the Bulldogs pressure, and that will do it for the first 20 minutes of play. Spartans leading 2-1. They had more of the chances. Bulldogs certainly had some grade A opportunities as well, and the Spartans will probably be thanking their lucky stars that Evan Bliss wasn't able to put it in an open net. Otherwise, we could very well be tied. Lots of chances for both teams, but as things stand, Michigan State leads going into the first intermission break. Please stay with us here on ACTV as our coverage of men's D3 ACHA hockey continues.
As you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define your college years, you stand today, students, on the threshold of one of the most magical times in your life.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.
are back here at Arrington Ice Arena and getting set for the second period of play. Michigan State Spartans leading over the Adrian Bulldogs 2-1 at the moment in ACHA Division III ice hockey play. Let's take a look at our stats through the first period. Obviously, as we mentioned, Spartans leading 2-1. Shots are 18-7 in favor of Michigan State. Pretty dominating performance. Only penalty went against the Spartans for slashing. Bulldogs unable to capitalize on the power play, and Luke Miklos was very busy in net for Adrian, making 16 saves in the first period alone. Our goal summary from that first period: Kenny Curtis scored, assisted by Jack Ciasi 12 seconds in, and then Garrett Carroll leveled the score, assisted by Henry Darnell. Finally, Jax Van Ittersum scored, assisted by Jack Ciasi again, and Mike Marsalo to make it a 2-1 game in favor of the Spartans. Now it's time for the second period puck drop. Ready to get our second 20 minutes of play underway. Puck drop, and the clock gets going. 20 minutes down, 40 to go here from the AIA. Bliss on the forecheck. Looked like it could have been a tripping call there on Van Ittersum, but no dice, says the referee. Spartans carrying it out to the neutral zone. Tanner moved over for Briggs Blake, who gives it back to Somerville. Bulldogs looking to forge ahead. Bliss salvages the play after Van Ittersum initially cut off the feed, fires one through traffic. Didn't get by Marsalo. That top line of Kenny Curtis. Here's a chance for Pino, a quick shot that's covered up by Ryan Smith for the whistle. As I was saying, Michigan State's top line of Kenny Curtis, Jack Ciasi, and Jax Van Ittersum scored both of their first period goals, and they were absolute dynamite. Only took them 12 seconds to get on the board, and Jack Ciasi sitting on 2 assists so far, setting up both goals from his line mates. Here's Thomas around the boards. Brining pasted to the end wall by Asimakis. Moving it forward. That's directed on by McGivern. Anderson back up for Brining. That is cut off. Thomas Anderson again turned it over. Played down low by Asimakis. Percassi takes a shove. Moving out front. Evans back to the point. Asimakis couldn't handle it. He'll be pressured by Barucki. Fed over for Kale, who's told to skate it up ice, or wheel, as hockey players often say. Zach Major for Thomas. Picking it up off the wall is McGivern, working it out front. Great chances for the Spartans.
Nice save.
Somehow the Bulldogs able to stymie them. Luke Miklos chalk him up for another save. Now it's taken by Henry Darnell. Moves in, shoots. That one over the crossbar. Free breakout for the Spartans. Norwood for Thomas. Back up for Henry Darnell, a freshman who has gained a lot of confidence as this season has gone on. Slid it all the way down for Carroll. Couldn't quite reach it in time. He has Adrian's only goal. Carroll tried to keep it in. Instead, Alec Evans could be off to the races. Intervening was Somerville. Race for it. Carroll going out to play it as Ryan Smith sent it away from danger. Somerville, a long shot that whistled into the plexiglass behind the goal of Smith.
Steph Curry of hockey.
New Ash gains center ice. He'll shoot in. Somerville directing it out. Carroll will give chase. It should be yet another icing against Adrian. Wish we had the official stats of how many icing calls there were against the Bulldogs in that first period. There was a multitude of them.
More than you can count in your hands. You need to add your toes into that one.
I don't like where this is going. Face off in the Adrian zone. Trevor Benoit. On the list of things that you're not supposed to talk about on a broadcast, I would say toes are probably on there. So let's not mention that.
I wasn't trying to go down that path. Now I was just trying to create an analogy. I'm not.
You're a sick man.
Hey.
Benoit up for Briggs Blake. Lots of open ice. Benoit will look to take advantage of. Able to beat D. Zarinsky and get it down. Skating away with it, Marsalo. Mike Marsalo surveys his options, sends it right up into the netting, and he's going to hear it from the WOW Warriors up in the WOW Cafe.
Good thing we got that netting all the way around here at AIA.
Absolutely. Could have killed a man with that.
That would hurt.
Clearing attempt. It was funny during the ACHA D2 team before this. Adrian took on Davenport, ended up losing 6-4. The D2 head coach Brennan Wachter one of the Davenport players sent the puck into the bench, hit Wachter in the shoulder, and he just shrugged it off. You can see he was in some pain at first, but he's a pretty tough guy. He was a goaltender for Northern Michigan back in the day, so he's used to taking a few pucks to the side.
Yeah, but without all the...
That's true. That's a big difference, but he's a tough guy nonetheless. Bliss will grab it. He had a wonderful chance in the first period. Wide open net, but opted to pass it to Pino instead. Briggs Blake looked to back up into Marsalo. Barely kept in by Smith. Bliss slid for Briggs Blake. That one deflects up out of play. This line of Pino, Bliss, and Briggs Blake have a ton of chemistry. They are fun to watch.
I just want to kind of say it here. If you get Bliss out on the open ice all by himself,
he's gone.
1-on-1, 2-on-1, he's going to split both defenders, or you ain't going to catch him if you let him get out in front of you.
The thing that I've been impressed with Michigan State is they have not given those odd man rush opportunities to Adrian. They've held down the fort fairly well. Very responsible so far in this game. Tipped in front, great chance off the stick of Austin Brining. Redirected the initial shot from Anderson, another chance that flies across.
This Adrian D3 team here, I think they like more get the cherry pick opportunities per se, instead of actually playing it out.
They definitely need to start playing it out more though, because their breakout is struggling.
Yes. Oh,
Spartans broke the puck out for Adrian.
We got the referee playing now too.
Referee picked up a stick that was down on the ice. As this one's stolen by Darnell, has Bennett with him, tried to slide it to him. That was cut off by Alagna. Another chance for Darnell, sticked away by Smith. Point for Thomas, long shot. Darnell screening Smith. Low shot, stopped by the right pad of Ryan Smith. Good defensive play by Thomas. Right back ahead, Bliss has it in his skates, doesn't know where it is. In the end, opts to shoot it in where it banks off the end boards. Smith will decide to play it. Bliss coming together with Alagna. Chipped up. Bouncing puck is corralled by Somerville. Feeds it for Pino. What a move by Ryan Pino. The captain moving in. Has it knocked away this time. Only as far as Briggs Blake.
I think if you add I think you can add Pino into that list too with Bliss. On if they get that open ice opportunity, they're gone.
They're definitely the two star players for this Adrian squad. Bulldogs just need to find some secondary scoring. Meanwhile, Van Intersum on the backhand, denied by Miklos.
Great save, ×2.
Luke Miklos making a statement so far in this game with some of the saves that he has made. Norwood hops up into the play, looking to play it in. Offside waved, it was a close one. Asimakis right back up, maybe a chance here. Jax Van Intersum has a goal already. This time he feeds it to CSC, and what a save by Luke Miklos. Only thing that went in the net was Jack CSC, and a little bit of extracurricular afterwards as Luke Miklos able to shut the door.
Now, like we said earlier, this Adrian team here, they're still trying to figure out and solidify a goalie. And
definitely have to agree with Michael Watson in the chat. Pino, Bliss, and Briggs Blake, very fun to watch. Michigan State's been holding them at bay so far in this game, though.
But like I was saying, like we were saying earlier, this Adrian team's still trying to solidify a goalie. And
taken away, Trevor Benoit could be in here. Shut down, brought down.
Adrian Bench looking for a hand in the air, not getting it.
Yeah, Asimakis took down Benoit. Slides it into the slot. Now Asimakis. Lead feed for Michael Kale. Dropped it off. CSC, he's taken down. Prison rules right now out on the ice. Puck was right next to CSC. It's still underneath him. Finally, they get it free. Nice move by Tanner, albeit a bit dangerous right around his own goal. Benoit pitchforks in. Bulldogs head off, get some fresh legs on the ice. Asimakis. Weak pass that barely made its way to Kale. Played back in by Tanner. Bulldogs tag up. Asimakis, Van Intersum sliding in. He's knocked over by Tanner. Miklos left for Anderson. Thomas Anderson once more. Trying to find Nick Kirksey. Lost it in his skates. Play it over. Spartans stay on sides, rather. For Cassie, sticked away by Miklos. Marsalo kept in, turning, firing, and a save made Evans the chance. Miklos got just enough on it. And what do you know? The Bulldogs ice it. Icing his wave. That's the right call. You could see Marsalo pull his stick off of it. He'll shoot it back forwards again. Played through Anderson's skates. What a feed that is. And a big slash from Somerville. Took the twig out of Alec Evans' hands. Evans wants a penalty shot, and he has a case. He would have been in all alone. Somerville smacked his stick away from behind. But it will just be a normal minor penalty. You could make the case that that could be a penalty shot there. I'd love to get another look at that. The rule is, if Evans was in all alone, which I think he was, and he is fouled as we saw there, I think it would be a penalty shot. Adrian shorthanded, Spartans' first chance on the power play. Tied up. Joe Fracassi for Holman, long shot is away from the mark. Kale behind for Evans. Fracassi forcing it for Evans. McGivern. Kale back to McGivern. Walking in on the left wing. Slid down low. Here's Evans. Back up top. Michael Kale for Michael Marsalo, or Dylan Holman rather. Kale dropping it off. Fracassi. Evans turning in front. Miklos shuts the door. Bliss trying to whack it out, but only sent it right back to Fracassi. $1:15 left in the Spartan power play. Here's Evans behind the goal. Power play looking good right now. Penalty kill holding strong for Adrian at the moment. Alec Evans looking to center. Norwood trying to intervene. Fracassi opening up, firing. That is blocked by Thomas. Eats it up. Evans looking out front. Tried to slide it through. That is just barely knocked out by Pino. Almost kept in by Mike Kale. Holman will turn forwards as Adrian's penalty kill tried to change. Here's CSC. He's a dangerous man. Right pad stop. Miklos. Kenny Curtis spins away from the pressure of Major. Kale. Curtis has a goal already. One-time drive. I think that went off the skate of Norwood and deflected wide. Van Ittersum, another goal scorer for this Spartan team. CSC. Holman, shot, deflected by Major, getting in the lane. Less than 10 seconds left in the Spartan power play. They're swarming right now. Van Ittersum tried to get the shot off. CSC, skate to stick, turning it in front. Miklos, another save. Major lifts it out. Somerville could be in here on the one-on-one. Dominic Somerville trying to find it. Tried to drop off for Major. That was intervened by Holman. Saucered over. Van Ittersum lost it in his skates. Norwood back to grab it. Norwood banked ahead. Pino trying to center. Marsalo. Now Van Ittersum once more. Could have CSC. Got tangled up there at the Adrian blue line. Brining slid over for Briggs Blake. Briggs Blake with time. Moves in. Tried to thread it for Smith. Briggs Blake against the green. It was wide. Smith trying to find it. 3 different Smiths in this game. We've got Will Smith for Adrian. Ryan Smith playing in goal for the Spartans. And then we also have another Smith, Josh Smith, a forward for Michigan State. Ryan Pino, nifty toe drag, but has to get this one out. And he does. Huge hit by Brining. Blindsided Dzeransky. And Miklos will go out to cover. Shots 28-11. Michigan State pouring it on, but not able to pull away. Still they lead 2-1. Big hit by Brining. Right at the Bulldog logo on center ice.
The Wow Warriors are getting vocal up there.
For those not familiar, there's a Wow Cafe restaurant that is up in the press box area of Arrington Ice Arena. There is a Twitter account that the fans of Bulldog hockey started called Wow Warriors, where they post a lot of memes and whatnot. It's also just the nickname for the student section here at Adrian. Played down low. Knocked aside by Anderson. Somerville trying to find it. Tangled up with New Ash. Rowe. Turn it over to Major. Poor play by Major, who had options, had teammates with him. Instead, wasn't able to clear. Darnell tried to knock it down. Dzarinsky skating back for it, has Bliss hot on his tail. Darnell for Bliss. Looking for centering options. Finds Somerville at the point. Back for Bliss. Turning on the right wing, nearly lost it. Kept in, long shot deflected awkwardly by Darnell.
From our view up here, that looked like it might have possibly had a chance of going in.
Certainly close. Looked like Smith knew it wasn't going in all the way. Bliss moving in tight, trying to scoop it in. Ryan Smith shuts the door. Bliss taking a shot. Mike Marsalo taking liberties on Evan Bliss. It looks like there could be another Bulldog at the bottom of the pile. That's Zach Major that was tangled up in there. Good chances for Evan Bliss, but again, Ryan Smith making some nice saves. He's a big goaltender, positionally sound there as well. 8:20 left in the second period. Still Michigan State leading over Adrian College, 2-1. ACHA Division III Ice Hockey, ACHA. Benoit for Carroll, has the Bulldogs' only goal. Garrett Carroll lost the handle, helped out by Benoit. Gets it back, Benoit missed the net. Good opportunity, nice give and go. Kenny Curtis, Holman, long lob to the near wall, taken by Thomas. Off the boards, Benoit has it, spins it ahead, just too far in front of Carroll, but he'll race after it. Knocked away by Alagna. Stretch feed, CSC, he is rocked. Thomas Anderson, look out. CSC caught in the trolley tracks, my goodness. Benoit provides pressure to Van Ittersum. Clean, shoulder to shoulder, nothing wrong with it. Kenny Curtis fed it to CSC, and he answers. Off the floor and on the board, 3-1 Michigan State. Miklos may want that one back. Looked like it just trickled through. We're talking about the hit on CSC, but he gets right back up. Good play by Kenny Curtis to beat Briggs Blake one-on-one. Nice feed to CSC, and just squeaked through the glove hand of Luke Miklos by the looks of things. Kenny Curtis got a nice assist from CSC right at the beginning of the game. Now Curtis returns the favor to his line mate. And down 2 goals, Bulldogs throw the top line back out there. Knocked up for Bliss. Taken away by Fracassi. Alec Evans playing on the ground. That would have been something. Norwood trying to find it in his feet. Asimakis, centering feed, knocked aside. Maybe a break here. It's Evan Bliss, has Pinho with him. Ryan Pinho with steam shoots it. Tried to go low on Ryan Smith, who shut that chance down just as quickly as it presented itself.
That had a lot of gas behind it. The one-timer was coming very fast at Smith.
But you could see Smith out on top of the blue paint, had the angle. I don't think Pinho had a lot to shoot at there. So we have 6 minutes and 54 seconds left in the second period. Spartans up 3-1. Goals from Curtis, Van Ittersum, and now CSC. The entire top line has scored a goal for the Spartans so far in this game. Adrian's only tally coming from Garrett Carroll, who we've not seen a lot of this season. Good to see him get in the lineup and get a big goal to break the shutout of Ryan Smith. Chance for Kale this time. Glove down. Couple of whacks at it.
Swinging a miss.
Puck skittering around. Asimakis down low. Tried to steer it in front. That deflected off, I believe, the Adrian defenseman, Max Norwood. I think he turned back as if to apologize to his goaltender, Miklos, but all's well that ends well, I suppose. 3-1 still the scoreline in favor of MSU. Hand pass against the Spartans, so this will be a face-off in their zone. Chance to catch our breaths as we had gone a long time without a whistle there. With that goal, CSC now leading the team with 8 points so far this season. Came into the game with 5. Goal and 2 assists for him so far. We talked about it in the pregame, Cam. We knew he was going to be a player to watch, and he has
definitely lived up to it.
Lived up to the hype.
Hasn't disappointed.
Pino, Briggs Blake. Bliss had it stick checked aside by Asimakis. Good defensive poke check. McGivern cuts cross ice. Still McGivern. Gives it to Evans. Van Ittersum. Marsalo has it taken away. Bliss gets on his horse. He's stood up, knocked over. Huge hit laid by Marsalo. Kept in by Briggs Blake, however. Bliss will chase in on Marsalo again. Van Ittersum. Zarinsky. Pino gets there. Quick shot. I think that went off the side of the goal from the sound of it. Pino is hit hard by Marsalo. Good move by Ryan Pino to stay with it. Trying to keep it in desperately, and he's able to. Great effort by the captain. Takes a check from Brennan. Van Ittersum lofts it high in the air where it's brought down by Alec Evans. Garrett Carroll caught an edge. Played around. Brennan couldn't hold it. Now Darnell. Rims around the kick plate. Van Ittersum. Down low, Brennan. Fed across, Darnell pressuring the point. Taken by Benoit, hit his own teammate Darnell. Can they get it out? Still, Michigan State keeps it in. Offensive pressure continues for the team in green. Alagna does well to keep it in. Long shot. Miklos saw it, and he smothers it. 4:18 left in the second. Spartans up 3-1. This is probably a very, how shall I say, fitting song choice. Playing, or no, this is not Ice Ice Baby. I thought it was, but there is plenty of ice here at the hockey rink camp. Devin Bennett. Forget I said that. Devin Bennett skating in. Deflects off a defensive stick. Briney finds it. Wanted to return it to the point to Tanner. He'll kick it ahead soccer style. He's been watching the World Cup. Briney turns, fires left pad, stop Ryan Smith. Looks so steady back there. Tanner tried to corral it, went into the bench. Now Bennett will come together with Smith. Another stoppage, 3:54 left in the second period. So obviously we have a rematch of this game again tomorrow in East Lansing at 1 p.m. at Munn Ice Arena. But then it'll be a long hiatus for Adrian. They won't play again until January 24th when they take on the University of Michigan. University of Michigan, of course, taking on the Purdue Boilermakers in the Big Ten Championship right now.
Let's go Boilermakers.
Number 2 team in the league. Got a sad Ohio State fan over here. His team got blown out by 22 points. He's a little salty about it.
I ain't salty about nothing.
Go Blue. Zach Major finds its way over to Devin Bennett. Austin Brining colliding with Kale. Brining having his stick held by Kale gives him a little parting shot. Near side, Rowe. Somerville trying to angle him off. Miklos covers. A little bit of a flyby there by Newash in the aftermath. Lots of stops and starts in the past couple of minutes after we saw a lot of continuous action before that.
What do we got here?
Ref is going over to talk to the scorekeeper about something. They're adjusting the clock. It's running down right now. They ran it down to, they're still running it actually.
I had the clock at 3:18.
I think they messed something up. We got 3:35 on the clock now. Ran about 10 seconds off of it. Face-off coming up. Van Ittersum against Bliss. Bliss thought he won it back, but Van Ittersum comes away with it. Long shot. Kale. Juicy rebound off the paraphernalia of Miklos, but he freezes it. What's going on now? What are you smiling about?
Nothing.
I think you got to explain. You got a huge grin on your face.
It's all right.
Save that one for another time, I guess.
Yeah.
Norwood. Racing after it was Blackmer. Well, now I want to know. I think the people at home want to know, too. Blackmer racing after it with Asimakis.
Oh, and guess what? Another icing.
Race for it. Icing again against Adrian. If I had $1 for every icing penalty against Adrian so far in this game, be a rich man. Time for Adrian to get down to business. They're down 2 goals. Let's get some offense going. Been trapped in their own zone by Michigan State. Props to the Spartans. They've looked really, really good.
Is icings in a game? Is that a record that they keep track of?
Be interested to look down in the ACHA annals, see what the record actually is.
So I think Adrian might.
Bliss, get there, please. Otherwise, we're going to have another icy. And we have another one. Bliss having words with Kale.
The Stripes are letting them play a little bit after the whistle, but I don't think it's gonna be allowed much longer with how trippy this game's been getting, especially after the whistle.
We saw the race for the icing. Bliss and Kale came together, and Kale was like getting in his face. I don't know if that was friendly words or chirps. It's hard to tell from up here in the press box, but Michigan State missed the goal with that shot. Now Miklos makes a right pad save. Norwood racing after it. Oh my goodness. Max Norwood just ran into a freight train. Mike Kale. Huge hit.
That hurt me.
I may have registered on the Richter scale with the way that collision was. It looked like Norwood got hit right in the head too.
That was a big collision.
I don't know if he had his head down, wasn't expecting it, or what happened, but props to Norwood, popped right back up on his feet. Kid's tough. Spartans win it back. Huge hit by Kale. He backed up that talk he had to Bliss. Marsalo! Post and in. Snipe. 4-1 score. What a shot by the defenseman. Started on the faceoff. Won back by Kenny Curtis. Then Marsalo saw the loose puck, surged ahead. And I don't think many goaltenders in the world are saving that one off the iron and in. Marsalo. Goodness gracious, great shot by him. Native of Baldwinsville, New York, pretty far away.
Now I'm going to take back what I said at the beginning of the game about this Michigan State team being young compared to this Adrian team.
Zach Major slides over. Pino looking across. Darnell skies it over, and now the puck's on top of the net. That'll be covered up by Smith, as you were saying.
They have gone to prove me wrong about grades and stuff like that being a factor here tonight.
Oh yeah, I was going to say Adrian has an extremely young team too with a lot of underclassmen, but yeah, this Spartan team knows what they're doing. Don Headley has coached them well. D. Zarinsky rims around, banked forward with some steam. Logan McGivern trying to get by Thomas, takes a shove. Still McGivern with the biscuit. Down low for the captain Marsalo, who just got on the board moments ago. Return to the point by Evans. Walking in and firing one is Fracassi. Could not be cleared by the Bulldogs. Darnell trying to pressure. Major hounding the puck. A quick turn on a dime by Marsalo, looking for his second. Off the shin pad of Somerville. They come together. Thomas looking forward. High off the dasher. Angled on for Zach Major. He's got some speed. He's bumped into. Brining sends it towards the goal. Major hit from behind into the goaltender by Marsalo.
Now at some point here, Calvin, I think you're going to start getting some interference calls with the hits without the people with the puck.
Well, Major got shoved right in the back by Marsalo into his old goaltender. I never understood that when defensive players shove a player into their own goalie. Doesn't seem smart to me, but
yeah,
I think we saw definitely could be a call against Marsalo there. And then he like grabbed the helmet of Major afterwards too.
Hate to say it, but I think we might start seeing some interference calls here, especially later on in this game.
I like the way this game has been officiated though, because I want to see physical play. You like to see the guys being given some room to compete hard.
Yeah.
Briggs Blake, quick shot off the face-off. Held by Ryan Smith. Minute 27 left in the second period. Spartans out shooting the Bulldogs 32-19. Briggs Blake wins it back quickly for Bliss. You know, a couple of weeks ago when they took on Central Michigan, Bliss had a phenomenal shot right off the face-off. They love this play. Keep an eye on it. Bliss is going to line up behind Briggs Blake. Briggs Blake's going to try to win it to him quickly, and then Bliss will try to fire a quick shot. It's tough for a goaltender to track. Here they try it again. Left pad stop. by Smith. Still loose. Pino knocked it towards the goal as he was falling down. Tanner. Shot tipped by Briggs Blake. What a save by Ryan Smith on the redirect. Tanner moving down from his defensive post behind the goal. Looking to center. Had Bliss, who was calling for the puck. Briggs Blake back for Bliss once more. Sent that one across the blue paint as we enter the final minute of play. Here's Van Edersum with CSE. The talented top line fires another shot Miklos' way. He snaps it up with the catching mitt. 49 seconds left. I think for Adrian, the message here is to try to make it out of this period and then regroup, because the Spartans have somewhat pulled away. I believe they've won this period 2-0. It was 2-1 after 20 minutes, and it looks as if it'll be 4-1 after 40.
Yeah. If you're Adrian here, you're either trying to get on the board or hold Michigan State off the board.
What a save. Windmill from Miklos. Grand theft
Goal.
Against that was Logan McGivern that had the shot. Grand theft goal, I like it.
Just add it to your vocabulary.
Benoit dropped it off for Major. Couldn't corral the feed. Smith banked ahead. McGivern stepping up to deliver a hit with Somerville. Somehow, Fracassi stayed on his feet. McGivern, frustrated, bangs a stick on the ice as another offsides is called. These teams both have some stuff to work on in practice next week.
When it comes down to the icing and the offsides, it's just a discipline aspect of the game, I feel.
It's fundamentals. It's really chemistry, being on the same page. For the Bulldogs, it's being able to connect on passes so you can move out of your own end. And for the Spartans, it's knowing where your teammates are so you don't head into the offensive zone before them. Another shot swallowed up by Luke Miklos. Don't look now, but he's made his 31st save of the night, and we're not even through 2 periods.
He is working for his paycheck today. I guess you could say it like that.
Working for his paycheck. I think he's paying to be here. These guys aren't on scholarship. They're playing for the love of the game.
Yep. It was the analogy. I tried it. It didn't work out.
Leave it to the professionals, Cam.
Sorry.
Long shot, Marsalo right on the side of the goal was Evans. I think he just took a hack to the hands. He's holding his arm in some discomfort. Michigan State head coach Don Headley yelling at the referee as Miklos will cover up again with 3 seconds left in the period. I did not see what happened, but Alec Evans was really holding his arm in discomfort. I think he took a whack from someone, but I couldn't see who. CSE was trying to head onto the ice off the Spartan bench. It'll be Karskadin against Briggs Blake, the face-off matchup. And as he often does, Briggs Blake will win it back to Somerville. That will do it. 40 minutes down, 20 to go, and a steep hill for the Bulldogs to climb, down 4-1 against the Michigan State Spartans. Calvin Keys with Cam Overmeyer. Our score, as we said, sits at 4-1. For the Bulldogs, it's back to the drawing board. Weren't able to get much going on offense. Lots more icings in that second period. But really, Luke Miklos has stood out. 32 saves on 36 shots. Please stay with us. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the third and final period as our coverage continues on ACTV.
As you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define your college years. You stand today, students, on the threshold of one of the most magical times in your life.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.
Hello and welcome back to Arrington Ice Arena. Calvin Keys along with Cam Overmeyer doing double duty as both our director and color guy tonight. Well, through 2 periods of play, Michigan State dominating. They're up 4-1 over the Adrian Bulldogs, who are on quite the losing skid right now, looking to turn it around. They're down 3 going into this 3rd period. As we take a look at our stats through 2 periods, obviously Michigan State, as I said, leading 4-1, out shooting Adrian 36-21. Both teams unable to score on the power play so far. 2 penalty minutes each. It's been fairly disciplined. Referees have really let them play throughout this game, and Luke Miklos has been busy. Ryan Smith has made 20 saves. A lot of those have been quality as well, as we get set for puck drop here at Arrington Ice Arena. 20 minutes back up on the board. Final period. A chance for Adrian to try and get in the win column on a tough skid right now. I believe it's been 7 straight losses for the Bulldogs. Trying to break that slump. Jack Siasi and Ryan Pinto, arguably the top players for both teams, having some words before the period starts, good-naturedly. Bulldogs' only goal came from Garrett Carroll, assisted by Will Smith and Henry Darnell. Michigan State has gotten goals from Kenny Curtis, assisted by Jack Siasi, and then it was Jax Van Intersum, assisted by Siasi and Mike Marsalo. Then Siasi got on the board himself, assisted by Curtis and Holm. And then Marsalo got on the board, assisted by D. Zarinsky and Van Intersum at the end of that 2nd period. 4-1 as things stand. Pinto won the race to the puck, so icing negated. Bliss trying to find Briggs Blake. Evan Bliss has had a challenging night, to say the least. Had a wide open net that he wasn't able to put the puck in. And other than that, it's just been a little bit quiet. Michigan State's really recognized his skill and done a good job of putting a body on him. He is a smaller player, so if you can shut down his time and space and play physically against him, then it makes it a lot harder for him to operate. Anderson has it now. I've been impressed with Thomas Anderson so far in this game, getting a lot of minutes on the back end for the Bulldogs, as Bliss is reaching after this one. Looked like he may have tripped up the Spartan player.
No arm.
Very well could have been a penalty, but weaving ahead with it is Kenny. Kenny Curtis. Missed to the right post. The Michigan State roster has been a bit challenging because their first and last names are reversed, so I have to remind myself each time I read it. Kenny Curtis, goal and an assist so far in this game. Apologies for the numerous times I messed up his name. 2 first names for that guy. Moving in now again is Curtis. Knocked aside by Tanner. Brian Tanner, another guy with 2 first names. Here's Asimakis, a shot. Swallowed up by Luke Miklos. That is his 33rd save tonight, and he's still got 18 minutes and 27 seconds of hockey left to go. He's been good between the pipes. Stats don't really show it because of some of the struggles Adrian has had. He's 1-4 going into this game with a 6.25 GAA and a 770 save percentage. Those are not good stats by any stretch of the imagination, but when you factor in how many shots he has faced and the quality of the opportunities Adrian has given up most nights so far this season, I would say Miklos is doing pretty well. Somerville blows by Asimakis. Great move. Eventually had it knocked away by Evans. Carroll, the lone goal scorer for Adrian, will get there as he is hit hard by Kale. Thomas going back for it. Ryan Smith, the Michigan State goaltender, has been good tonight. 20 saves on 21 shots. A lot of those few chances that Adrian has had have been pretty high quality, as Smith will come out to play it now. Coming into this, here's a break here for Alec Evans. Spins around on the backhand, tried to play it over. Joe Fracassi wasn't able to corral the puck. Got a little bit too cute with it, but creative play for Evans. Bulldogs send it down, and another icing. But as we were saying with Smith, he's been really good. He's shown off his talent on numerous occasions. He's 1-5-1 on the year, 4.12 goals against average and 8.54 save percentage, so his stats aren't great either. A little bit better than Miklos's, but I think both of these goaltenders showing that they're much better than their stats indicate so far tonight. Trying to play that one out was Anderson. He'll reverse for Thomas. Back up for Darnell. Has it right next to his skate blade, trying to find it. Shot rocketed in wide by Dzurinsky. Major trying to loft it out. Chipped off the glass by Carroll for Darnell to chase. Spun ahead by Dzurinsky. Went off the twig of Darnell, and I believe into the Spartan bench. Refs will have to go grab a new puck with 16:58 left in the third period. Spartans leading 4-1 over the Bulldogs right now. Antonio Briggs-Blake takes the draw against Jack Karskadin. Wins it back to Ben Alagna. Knocked forward by Dylan Holman. Trying to play it out was Grant Brennan. Tanner pitchforked in. Pino pressuring. Flipping feed is bouncing around awkwardly. Norwood came up to play it. Now it's sent ahead for the Spartans, Karskadin. Looking to drive wide around Tanner. He's plastered. Karskadin giving shots back to Tanner, has him tangled up. You can see how Karskadin would be a bit frustrated as that hit was right in the numbers from Tanner. Bliss tangled up with a Spartan player. Alagna, I think it's one of those situations where both parties are guilty. I think Alagna was hooking Bliss, but then Bliss held on to his stick. So either have to call it both ways or not at all. Referee took the second option. Devin Bennett pounces on the loose puck. Major wasn't ready for the pass. Up ahead by Kale. Every single hockey game you watch, you see the intensity tangibly ramp up as the night goes on. It's been no different. Things are getting to a boiling point. Brining trying to find the puck. Plays it in. Kale spins off a hit. Karskadin around. Bennett back down low. Major chasing after Mike Kale. Van Ittersum chips it out. Smith for Somerville. Gains the red line and dumps the puck deep. Darnell couldn't keep a hold of it. Anderson. D to Dominic Somerville. 15 minutes left in the contest. Shots 37-21 for Michigan State. Carroll got a touch on it. Icing's waved. Benoit. Huge check on Kale. Looked like he might have hit him in the head there. Hope Mike Kale's okay. Benoit trying to find it. Behind the goal. Turning out front. Follow-up chance. And they score. That's 2 for Garrett Carroll. A deuce has both of the Bulldogs' goals. And just like that, it's a 2-goal game. Got our cameraman Forrest Vernier fired up. It looks as if Garrett Carroll has played around third-line minutes tonight. But he has been good in the ice time that he has had. Benoit turning it out front. Carroll on the doorstep, cleans up the loose change. 4-2. It ain't over till it's over, Cam. Still the Spartans lead. But the physicality has been good from the Bulldogs to start this period. And they get something to build some confidence. But just like that, the top line, the lethal top line for the Spartans out there. Van Ittersum, CSC, and Curtis. This one stolen by Pino on the breakaway. He scores!
It ain't over till it's over.
Pino picks out the 5-0. It's a 1-goal hockey game. A look at the replay. Scramble on the far wall. Knocked away. Ryan Pino says, oh, here, I'll take this. Walks in on Ryan Smith, puts it between the wickets. And grabs a little ice for good measure. Bulldogs showing some resolve. Their last home game against Central Michigan, they were down 4-1 and came back to make it a 1-goal game, but fell just short. Can they go the whole way this time? Again, it's a 1-goal game, 14 minutes left. Centered, Van Ittersum off the shoulder of Miklos. Follow-up chance from Curtis. Luke Miklos has kept his team in the game, and now they're responding. It's Ryan Pino again. Turnover at the blue line from the Spartans. Pino tried to slide it across. Good defensive play there by Mike Marsalo to cut him off. Top line out there. Pino has to be gassed. He's been skating all over the place on this shift. CSC knocked away by Somerville. Just like that, Adrian College has new life. Knocked away by Briggs Blake. CSC stolen by Major. We talked about how Adrian didn't play their best second period. Really wanted to just get to that second intermission and regroup. That's what they've done. They've come out with a vengeance here to start the third. CSC, shot blocked. Race after it. Barucki trying to get there. He's being held off by CSC, taken down. Penalty upcoming against Michigan State. We've got a Bulldog power play on the docket. Don Headley, the Spartans coach, not happy about it. Certainly looked like Barucki was taken down there by CSC from what I could tell. And the Spartans' leading goal scorer will go to the penalty box for interference. 2 minutes up on the clock, 13-13 left in the game.
Now, Kelvin, wouldn't you just love to have been a fly in the wall that during that second intermission, just to wonder what was said in that Adrian locker room during that intermission?
This is an Adrian team that has lost numerous games in a row now. As Bliss will walk forward, sends one into the Spartan logo on Smith's sweater. It's a team that's been downtrodden as of late. They've lost a lot of games, but they've never given up. Central Michigan, they almost came back. The emphasis here is the job's not finished. You're still down a goal. Plenty of time left, but have to put the puck in the net. Power play is a golden opportunity to do that. Darnell turned over. This is sent up into the netting. So Spartans unable to clear it. The draw will stay in their zone as Alec Evans tried to send it high off the window pane. Instead hit the netting. If this were the NHL, that'd be another delay of game penalty against Michigan State, but luckily for the Spartans, it will just stay at 5-on-4 here, albeit they had the chance to kill some clock. Michigan State won it back. Now it'll be shot down by Alec Evans. Miklos out to play the skipping puck. Left for Dom Somerville, one of the leaders of this Bulldog team. Native of Dearborn, Michigan, played high school hockey at Divine Child. Bliss with some speed, but can't hang on to it. That skipped over the stick of Somerville. Miklos way out to grab it. Has a Spartan in his face. Good feed up to the neutral zone for Briggs Blake. Finds Pino, couldn't handle it. Sloppy play from the Bulldogs, and it's a 2-on-1 for the Spartans. Pass was too far behind McGivern. Nearly a dangerous chance shorthanded for Michigan State. First power play unit will change. Frustrating first half of the man advantage for Adrian. This was a big chance for them to level the score, and they've just been sloppy at best.
Now, as Briggs Blake's heads off there, I just wanted to point out, he was really trying to get a little cherry pick goal in there. He was hanging behind the defenseman, just hoping one of his defensemen on his own side could figure it out and get it down to him.
Yeah, that's a formation that a lot of teams do on their power play. They try to sneak in behind the defense for that stretch pass feed. Zach Major saunters in. Who was that pass to? Sent it right to Joe Fracassi, who is decked by Dominic Somerville. Look out when the big boy's on the ice. He'll get you. Barucki. Major slides it by. Sliding in. Looked like he was sliding for home there.
I'd say he was safe.
He was safe, but didn't quite get to the puck in time. Tanner ran into the official, and now a break for Michigan State. Bad bounce for Adrian, and they score. The referee got right in the way of Brian Tanner, set up the breakaway chance for Mike Marsalo, I believe it was, and the Spartans score shorthanded, or rather, right after returning to even strength. Look at this. Tanner collided with the official who was right in his way, and then Marsalo was off to the races, went 5-0 on Miklos. It's 5-3. And Pino is
trying to plead his case.
Ticked off, to put it mildly. I would be too. Brian Tanner, we couldn't quite completely tell on that replay, but Tanner was trying to go back to keep the puck in, or rather grab the puck as it had been cleared. Ref got right in his way, and then that's why Marsalo had that breakaway chance. Shot in by Van Ittersum behind the goal. Michigan State with a big response as Adrian was trying to crawl back. Pino with it. Spartans keep it in, but it's taken by Thomas. Shot in off the stick of Briggs Blake. Icing waved. Alagna. D-to-D for Holman. Chip shot down. Thomas trying to get after it. Spartans win the race. Good hustle by Brennan. Sent out front. They score again.
Do we have a call from an official here? Or?
How did that one go in? Was it deflected in front? This is frustrating. Right as the Bulldogs looked as if they had a chance to try and tie this game up. Brennan was behind the net. Great centering feed. He played it out front to Karskadden. In the high slot, just a
goalie change.
A missed defensive assignment for the Bulldogs. And Luke Miklos is pulled. Interesting. I thought Miklos had played really well so far tonight, but
I thought so too.
They'll send in Rex Goldberg, native of Newton, Pennsylvania. Bulldogs turn it over in their D zone. It's kind of been the Adrian season in a nutshell, I would say. There's good things. They have players that can generate offense, but not a lot of depth. And then just poor play in the defensive zone and costly turnovers is what bites them in the butt. Goldberg makes his first save of the night.
You do still have to kind of think, is it necessarily the goalie's fault when the people in front of them are giving up 42 shots and not really giving them the time of day to actually get in there and make a save?
Big kick save by Goldberg as the Bulldogs clear. This will be icing. I want to say that poll from Adrian's head coach, Justin Snyder, was not saying that Luke Miklos had played poorly. It was more just sending a message to your team like, it's go time.
Yeah.
Got to pick things up.
Now the other thing
it is so very frustrating when you crawl within one goal, and just as quickly as you came back into the game, it's back to that 3-goal deficit that we saw before.
Now you also have to think too. Adrian's only shot the puck on goal 24 times. That is not great.
I would say that's a decent number. Goldberg didn't see it through traffic, but still got a piece with his right pad. 24 shots is all right. The bigger issue is letting in or giving up 44 shots. Yeah. Can't expect to win a game if your goaltender gets peppered like that. Anyways, Spartans play it back to the point. Here's Kale, long shot. Blocker save Goldberg, who's been good since he came into the net. Now it's Van Ittersum. Point for Kale. Back for Van Ittersum as Brining collides with Michael Kale. Van Ittersum is forced to take it back out to the neutral zone. High stick Zach Major. That'll be a call against the Spartans coming up.
Pull the goalie.
Spartans touch up. Another power play for Adrian. I want to get excited about the man advantage, but their power play has been pretty lackluster tonight. Score of the Michigan game at the Big Ten Championship, if anyone's wondering, 7-6 in favor of the Wolverines, leading by just a point against the Purdue Boilermakers, who are down in the red zone right now.
Let's go Boilermakers, baby.
Or actually, Boilermakers just scored, so if they can kick the extra point, it'll be a tie game. I think they're reviewing the play right now, but this guy's just a sad Ohio State fan. Bliss pass was too far behind Somerville. Michigan State Spartans winning tonight, but haven't had the best college football season. Again, the ref just getting right in the way of Somerville. Shot all the way down by the Spartans on the penalty kill.
Well, that's the thing, too, as a referee, you got to watch. You are a part of the ice, so you got to kind of watch where you're at. And if you get hit, that's the price you pay for being in the way of the play.
Well, it's easy to get frustrated with the referee, but we were actually talking about this pregame, how hockey is one of the hardest sports to referee because you're enclosed inside the rink. There's nowhere you can go. You're part of the playing surface.
Yeah.
So players just have to adapt to it. You have to play with it. Obviously a bad break for Tanner that gave the Spartans a breakaway goal, and from there it kind of piled up as Bliss will skate it ahead. But at the end of the day, you just have to play through it. They're part of the game. It's a difficult job to get out of the way. Benoit, bank behind the goal to Briggs Blake.
He's going to get one of his, I thought he was going to get one of his big wind-up slap shots there.
I think Ryan Pino, net front, got his stick lifted and it flew out of his hands. McGivern gives it over.
Nice save.
Right pad stop Goldberg. Penalty upcoming to Adrian.
Hooking.
Alec Evans waves goodbye to Trevor Benoit. He'll go to the box. We'll have 4-on-4 hockey for the next 46 minutes. Maybe a good penalty to take if you're Benoit. He'll get called for hooking because it definitely looked like Evans was in alone there. Adrian's going to call a timeout. They've given up 2 goals recently in about a minute. Just as quickly as they scored 2 goals in about a minute's time, they gave up 2 goals in a minute's time. This game's been crazy, to say the least. Goaltender change, Miklos out, Goldberg in, and we'll get a chance to collect ourselves as we head to a brief commercial break.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Back at Arrington Ice Arena, Bulldogs trailing 6-3 against the Spartans. 7 minutes, 44 seconds left to play in this one. Another frustrating night for Adrian. Still some time. They made it a one-goal game after going down 3. Can they do it again? We'll see.
Just remember, it is 4-on-4 hockey for the next 30 seconds.
Bliss moving in, just wide. Ryan Smith may have got a touch. Norwood opens up. 4-on-4 hockey is my absolute favorite. I love the 3-on-3 OT that the NHL plays now. It opens up the ice. These players get a chance to display their skills. Pinot turning. Well wide of the goal.
Ooh.
That was misplayed a little bit dangerously by Kenny Curtis. Ryan Smith's going to cover up. We get a stoppage, 7:08 up on the clock. In 9 seconds, 4-on-4 play will end, and Michigan State goes to the power play on the hooking call against Benoit. Jax Van Ittersum ready to get out of the box for Sparty. Anderson, long shot. Smith doesn't know where it is. Might be behind him. Finally found it. It's always a scary look from the goaltender when they have a little glance behind him. Never know if it's actually behind him or not. Looks as if the Boilermakers, they got their touchdown called back initially, but I think they scored now, so it should be a tie game in Indianapolis at the Big Ten Championship. They're still reviewing it, Cam. I wouldn't get excited too soon.
Oh, they put them up. Don't worry about it.
This guy's just a hater.
Go Bucks, baby.
Go Buckeyes is what he's saying. I guess I did just say it
You just said it,
inadvertently.
though.
Oops.
Gotcha.
It's all right. We all know who the best team in the Big Ten is. They'll prove it tonight.
They ain't proving it so much right now.
It's a long 4-quarter game. We're also a second-half team, so. Spartans walking in. Let's focus on this Big Ten team, the Michigan State Spartans. How about that? Somerville took a whack at that one. Now it's cleared out. Good work by the Bulldog kill. They'll change.
Another icing, but I forgot that.
Now, how do I trick Cam into saying go blue next?
I ain't doing it.
I'm going to start scheming.
I won't do it.
Van Ittersum. Near boards for Siasi. Curtis. Turned over. Pinot trying to thread it through for Bliss. Couldn't get it there. Taken away by Holman. Van Ittersum trying to drive wide around Tanner. Tanner gives him a cold shoulder. Out for Briggs Blake. Pass behind Bliss. Flips it in. Briggs Blake chasing after it. He'll get there. Has Pinot with him. Good cycle here from the Bulldogs as Pinot able to dodge the check from Holman. Bliss lays a hit on Van Ittersum, who's still able to come away with the puck. Up the near boards, nearing the final 5 minutes of play.
I think I can tell you what this Adrian team is going to be working on in practice tomorrow. Fundamental passing.
Well, ironically enough, they're not going to have practice tomorrow. They'll be taking on the Spartans again at Munn Ice Arena in East Lansing at 1 p.m.
Forgot about that. Monday then.
Really hoping that the Bulldogs would be able to start off the weekend before finals week with a big win, but it's looking tough at this point. Oh, just kind of a non-classy move from Fracassi. Up 3 goals. Goldberg makes a save. He takes a whack at him. Not something you like to see from a sportsmanship standpoint. .442 left in the third period. Spartans up 6-3 over the Bulldogs. Kept in by Asimakis. And Spartans play it out in front. Good chance there for Fracassi. In other news, as the Spartans will bang away in the slot, Bulldogs trying to get it out as it's skated ahead by Smith. He will feed it to Brining. Trying to get by Kale. Austin Brining. Good save by Ryan Smith. In other news, the NCAA Division III ice hockey team here at Adrian College swept the Milwaukee School of Engineering in Wisconsin, both games. So at least the NCAA Bulldogs able to get it done this weekend. Good to see them having some success after they've struggled recently. Losses to Marion and Trine the past couple of weekends. They bounce back against MSOE.
I do believe some of the basketball teams won too. I'm not 100%.
Huge hit. Brian Tanner. Freight train comes home to the station. Slid over. What a save by Rex Goldberg. And another. And they finally score.
They called it.
Kenny Curtis put the finishing touch. Goldberg made the first 2 stops. And then the Spartans bang it home.
Late call by the Stripes there, putting the hand towards the net.
At that point, the onus is on the defense to clear the puck away. Your goaltender made 2 saves. Got to clear it out. Tough break. Take a look at the scoreboard today in Bulldog land. Women's basketball they actually fell to St. Mary's College 88-70 today on the road. Men's basketball lost to Case Western Reserve 89-61. Men's hockey beat Milwaukee 8-4. Men's D2 played today at 3 p.m. in a rematch against Davenport, but wasn't able to see what that score was, as Spartans will score again. It's Jack Karskadin. Women's D1 also taking on Penn State right now. Women's D1 hockey, that is. Take another look at the replay. Played back to the point for Holman. Centering. Good chance and a goal. Karskadin puts it home. Goldberg, since coming into the game, has allowed 2 goals, but neither have been his fault. He's made a lot of good saves. See if we can take a look at our NHL scoreboard here. Puck dropped. It is taken by Karskadin. Played across. Michigan State just piling it on here in the late stages. Norwood's being pestered by Van Ittersum. Bliss looking to work it out. With this loss, it's been now 6 straight, or it'll be 7. With this loss, it's 7 straight for the Bulldogs. 7 straight games without a win, as Pinot will slam his stick in a bit of frustration. Red Wings trailing against the Golden Knights to add insult to injury right now, 3-1. Devils and Flyers tied up 1-1 after 2 periods of play. Senators beating the Sharks 3-2 after 2 periods. Oilers beating the Canadiens 4-3 after 2. Blackhawks up 3-0 against the Rangers in the second period. My New York friend Alex Herman, D2 goaltender, who will not be too happy about that. Bruins beating the Avalanche 3-0 after 2. Wild beat the Ducks in a shootout 5-4 earlier today, as this one taken by Thomas down low. Maple Leafs and Lightning tied up 1-1 in the second period. And finally, the Penguins beating the Blues at the moment through 2 periods of play. That's our NHL scoreboard recap. Winding and firing one was Marsalo. I think Will Smith blocked that one. He looks a little bit hobbled. Miscue from the Spartans. It'll come back in their own end. Final 2 minutes of play. Skating onwards, Marsalo finds Curtis. Kenny Curtis has had a really good performance. The high-end talent for the Spartans have shown up. Not quite as much for Adrian. They've struggled a little bit. Pinot had the big goal to put it within 1, but it's tough. After making it a 4-3 game, the Bulldogs have conceded 4 straight. Right when you thought they had the chance to tie it up, they gave up 4 in a row, frustratingly enough. But The pushback is there from the Bulldogs. There are guys on this team that want to win. They're not rolling over. They continue to work hard, and that's admirable. Michigan and Purdue still tied up 7-7. Big game earlier today. Kansas State took down TCU in the Big 12 championship game. That was a massive upset.
And yesterday, USC losing to Utah.
Yeah, I watched that game as well.
Which put Ohio State back into the playoffs.
Don't know if they deserve it, but that's a story for another time.
They're still there.
We always just find our way back to college football. Every broadcast we work together. Just kind of how it goes, I guess. Benoit looking to play it out. Henry Darnell. Teammates collide. Benoit and Briggs Blake. Darnell looking for it. Asimakis will skate in. Has his stick tied up. Puck goes wide. Shots have been 49-27 in Michigan State's favor. Now 50 is the shot total on the scoreboard. Benoit looking for it. Somerville stole his stick, or rather, McGivern stole the stick of Somerville. It's a hand pass. We get a whistle. "37 seconds left in the game. Another frustrating night in Adrian, Michigan for the ACHA D3 team. Back-to-back losses here on our hockey doubleheader on ACTV for the Bulldogs, as the D2 Dogs fell 6-4 against Davenport, got swept by them on the weekend, lost 3-2 yesterday and then 6-4 today. Both wins were come from behind for the Davenport Panthers to take down the Adrian Bulldogs. Down low, steered out front, right on the doorstep. Alec Evans couldn't quite tuck it home. Will Smith is going to try to hold it there as long as possible. At this point, it's just padding stats for Michigan State. Fracassi. Nice saucer for Asimakis.
Nice block.
Cleared out. Good block. I believe that was by Barucki. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The buzzer will sound. And the Michigan State Spartans take the first half of this weekend series on the road at the Arrington Ice Arena, defeating the Bulldogs by a score of 8-3. And that's all she wrote for this one. And with that, we say thank you for tuning in. For our entire crew, I'm Calvin Keys. Have a great Saturday night.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.